Hello everybody! Salty Ren here, back with another episode of the Sims 3 Create Your Cat series. Now, for those of you who don't know, or may be new to the channel, this is a little series I do where I take cats that you, the viewers, have submitted, and I do my best to create those cats that you sent me within The Sims 3. These can be your OCs, they can be cats that you own, they can be like based off of fictional cats or made up of fictional characters, they can be made up off the top of your head. Whatever comes to mind, basically. And the cat that you submitted will be added to the world of the Warrior Cats challenge that I do on Fridays. And they may turn up at some point, or they may not. That all depends on where exactly the cat chooses to go. And they can be loners, kitty pets, rogues, wanderers, maybe even former clan cats, much like the cats who began the whole challenge to begin with. And even if you don't have a cat to submit, that's fine. You can go ahead and share this series with a friend or someone who may be interested in having their cat turn up in the series. And I also give priority to people who have not yet had their cats created, even if however, I will eventually get to, if you submit another cat later on, I will eventually get to the cats that you have created at a later time. Or cats that you have submitted. It's just I'm giving priority to people who have not yet had their cats created. So just keep that in mind. It may take me a little bit longer to get to yours, but they will be created eventually. But as always, the thing is, Sims 3 does love to give me issues when I'm playing in Create a Sim for too long. And I can only create 2 cats, and recently my game has been giving me even more trouble because the fan that I use to cool my laptop has been breaking slowly, little by little. So hopefully my fan stays running and the cats will not crash. So I'm gonna go ahead, and I'm just creating 2 cats this episode, so let's go ahead and jump in. Alright, so both of the cats this episode have been submitted by Elizabeth Campbell, and the first cat is named Fritz. So let's go ahead and put in Fritz. And Fritz is a wanderer, but also a former kitty pet. So I'll go ahead and put wanderer, but I will remember that you are a former kitty pet. And it says, Fritz is a medium-haired, black-striped, gray tabby tomcat with a white chest and underbelly and yellow-green eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead and... what kind of base should I use for Fritz? Let's see, medium-haired, black-striped, gray tabby. American short-hair? No, maybe? I can always change the fur length as well, that's another thing. I can use this as a base and change everything. I'm gonna be changing everything about all the cats anyway, because that's pretty much what I do. So let's go ahead and... of course it goes right back to being a gray cat. Well, let's just go ahead and remove everything. You're a gray cat anyway. Medium-haired gray tabbies with black stripes, so... let's go ahead and... we'll stick with a gray tone. Do I want to go like a lighter gray or maybe a slightly darker gray? Something like this. I like having like various shades of gray throughout the cats. Anyway, black stripes, so let's go ahead and get started on finding a good stripe pattern. That's not really stripes. This one could be. It's got black stripes. Maybe. There's also this, which is one I use a lot. And then there's this one, which I think I've used like once. Let's see, if I do... hang on, I'm gonna try something. If I do that... I can make some of them the same shade of gray. Or... hang on. I'll make that black. If I make some of them gray, but then black for everything else. It does make for a very different cat. I think I might use this, probably? It's a different look, but it's not bad. I do like it. I'm probably gonna go ahead and... tail, where's tail stripes? Gonna use this to give the tail its own stripes, like that. That looks pretty cute. And of course, underneath the stripes I want to have, like, maybe a different shade of gray, kind of. I might do something like this. Make it a little darker. Or a little lighter, possibly. Kind of blends in, but still looks pretty cool. Let's see, you also have a white chest and underbelly. So let's go ahead and grab a white chest. This we can move a little bit away from being kind of more like that, perhaps? Maybe either like this or like this. And I also want to get the underbelly to be... Perhaps more like that? Perhaps. Maybe. That could work, I think. I do kind of like this. It's not quite simple with the kind of complicated stripe pattern, but it is a very fun look. So let's go ahead and go into first shape. You're medium, so let me find medium, where is medium? You're already at medium length. It said short fur, but this is medium length. So do I want to change fur density, perhaps? Being a fur kitty pet, you might want to have kind of a slightly softer fur, perhaps? No, that's not. I can add in a little bit of long combs, just kind of make it a little bit different. Can make it a little bit curlier. I've never really played a lot with curly fur, but it's not really something I've messed around with a ton. It's not that noticeable here, but it's kind of fun. I'll go ahead and do that, I think. Hope that's okay. Then let's see, you also have yellow-green eyes, and we can also start changing the body shape as well. So let's go ahead and start with the eyes. So you have yellow-green eyes is what it said, so we can go ahead and kind of pull the eyes to about there and pull that up here. Like so, like so. The eyes still definitely have a greenish tone. It doesn't look quite greenish up here where all the colors are, but if you actually look at the eyes, you do see it's a yellowish green color. It's a very pretty color. Let's see, notice I kind of want to change the color of... I can make it a little bit darker. Don't want to change the nose scale at all. I don't know. Eye shape... Never really messed much with the eye depth, but like... Can leave it like that. Let's see, the muzzle height. I can bring up a bit. Cheeks. Why not pull that in a little bit? The ears. Let's make them a little bit pointier, perhaps. Just a bit pointier. And then change the position a little bit higher. And let's modify the body shape a little bit too. I might make you just a tad larger. That's head size. It's not too much bigger, but just a tad where cat size is. Like, it's a barely noticeable change. But, like, around there. Do I want to change anything else, honestly? Stomach scale. Can leave as is. Neck length. We can make a little bit longer, probably. Chest scale can kind of bring down a bit. Or bring up, or whichever. I might leave Fritz like this, probably. It's a fun-looking cat. And let's see, personality. So, he was once a kitty pet and actually enjoyed playing with his two legs, especially the two-legged kit. However, after a terrible rainstorm, he found himself swept out of the nest in a flood and is now alone and goes off on his own. He had been getting tired and annoyed of his kitty pet life anyway, and now spends his time wandering around. He later finds a young tuxedo tomcat named Goat on the side of the road, or thunderpath, apparently having been dumped there. He takes the young Goat, under his paw, and they become inseparable. Fritz is protective towards those he's close to. He loves to learn new things and hates being dirty, for he likes being clean. And he's about the age that a senior warrior would be. So, let's see, he is protective of those, he hates being dirty, he loves to learn new things, so genius sounds about right for loving to learn new things. They get skills much more quickly. Hates being dirty, neat is one of the things. There you go. And you're protective towards those he's protective towards those he's close to. He also seems like an adventurous sort as well. Because he was already wanting to be free of his kitty pet life and wanted to wander. I think this works. Adventurous. So let's go ahead and give you a lower voice, probably. Alright, so this is Fritz. So let's go ahead and write submitted by Elizabeth Campbell. So thank you so much, and let's move on to the next cat. You know, I'm starting to think that whenever I hit save cat, it's gonna pop up with the cat that I just saved when I move on to making a new cat. Regardless, the next cat is Goat. So Goat is also a wanderer and a former kitty pet. Goat is a short-haired, black and white tuxedo tomcat with green-yellow eyes and a black spot on his chin. So let's go ahead and... I think tuxedo is actually a base in here somewhere. It's listed as a breed, even though tuxedo cats aren't technically a breed. Yep. Tuxedo is more of a coloration rather than a breed, but... here we are. So he's a short-haired, black and white tuxedo tomcat. So I'll go ahead and start removing everything. All of the markings, because we're going to be doing this ourselves, because it's more fun. Do I want to stick with this shade of black or do something a little bit different? Either way, it's going to be some sort of black. Probably like that. And I'm probably gonna go ahead and do the white markings like so anyway. Not full body. Let's go ahead and do this. And the underbelly. We can go ahead and do more like that. So, the paws will definitely need to be, it's been a while since I've actually seen a real tuxedo cat. The only cats I see in real life on a regular basis are my two cats. And they are adorable. But, like, trying to create cats for the game is a little different at the same time. But let's see. Tail tip should also probably be white. Tip of the tail here, and white. And now I'm gonna do the, instead of like Ripley-like markings that I typically do, I'm gonna go ahead and start like pulling the white up using markings of various sorts. Like so. Doing the same on the opposite side. Pull that more. If I twist that more like this, put it there. And I can do the same like around the chest area. Can kind of, looks almost like a rippling sort of color. Not gonna lie, I kind of like that. Looks very different. It's kind of fun. Can I do something similar like on the tail perhaps? Or will it not even be noticeable? Eh, I barely notice a thing. Yeah. Maybe like crawling up the legs. Like so. If I pull it over here to this leg. Like that almost. It's kind of fun. I do like this. And where the mouth is as well. It's kind of put it like that, probably. I kind of like that. So you're a short-haired cat, so let's go ahead and pull up short length fur. But we've still got this going on. And it's like way too short, so I'm gonna add a little bit of fluff. I feel like I should probably modify the head for sure, because the head looks a little bit off. Like, you definitely have fur, but the head, for some reason, just looks completely off. So, first things first. I'm gonna modify the head. I'm gonna see if it's, like, changing the head scale. Does a little bit. Chin scale we can bring up. Definitely want to modify the cheeks. Okay, that looks a little bit more normal right there. The nose, not quite so big. Now if I go back out, you look like a normal cat. There we go. And now back to the eyes, because I wanted to change the eye color. You're supposed to have yellow-green eyes as well. I may go a little bit more on the green side this time, probably, but still supposed to be a yellow-green color. So pull that up. Like so. This I'm gonna pull more towards the green. A different sort of shade, but it still works. I do kind of like that. Kind of wanna... What do I want to do right now? I don't know. For the body, I kind of want to make you a little bit smaller. Not too much smaller, but just a little bit smaller. Like so. For some reason, when I was first reading the description, I thought it meant, like, I thought it said short cat, but it was short fur. But, where's the legs? I could do, like, tiny bit short legs. It's not that much of a difference. Barely noticeable. But it kind of works. I think I might make you a little bit skinnier as well, probably. Just a bit. Like so. You're kind of a fun-looking cat. I do like this. I do like what Goat looks like. So, let's go on to personality, I think. So, he spent most of his kithood bouncing around two-legged nests, never able to find a solid home. At last, he is dumped on the side of the Thunderpath and has no idea what to do. Then he meets Fritz, a kitty pet separated from his home during a vicious storm. He tags along with the older Tabby, looking out to him like a brother or mentor, and hates being away from him. Goat is shy, skittish, and quiet, for he is easily frightened and usually doesn't speak that much. He is around the age where a kit would be becoming an apprentice. And since Fritz and Goat met, they have an inseparable bond, so wherever one goes, the other has to go as well. So, it says right off the bat, shy, which is right down here. Skittish. Oh. And quiet. Probably gonna give you a slightly higher pitched voice. There you are. And you are also submitted by Elizabeth Campbell, so I don't really have to change that. That's still right there. So, we have our two cats. We have Fritz, and we have Goat. So thank you so much, Elizabeth Campbell, for submitting these two cats. Hopefully they'll show up in the world at some point. But anyway, if you guys have enjoyed watching this episode, please go ahead and hit the like button. And if you have anything to say, go ahead and leave a comment down below. Or, if you want to submit your own cat, go ahead and leave the cat's name and a brief description of their appearance and personality, and they will be added to my list of cats to be created in a later episode. And if you haven't already, go ahead and hit subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next video. Stay safe out there, friends.